Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into the dark and ruthless world of history's most brutal queens. Throughout the ages, in the corridors of power, some names have echoed with both reverence and fear. Stay tuned to learn about the queens who ruled with an iron fist and left a legacy of fear and power. We will journey across continents, peering into the lives and reigns of these formidable women. Our journey begins in Tudor England, a realm caught in the throes of religious upheaval. Here, Mary I, daughter of Henry VIII and Catherine of Aragon, ascended to the throne. Her reign, though short, would be etched into history with a chilling epithet, Bloody Mary. Mary's unwavering Catholic faith fueled a firestorm of persecution. Hundreds were burned at the stake, their cries echoing through London. The air grew thick with fear as the Queen's grip on power tightened. Mary, who had endured hardship and betrayal, showed little mercy to heretics. Her actions were calculated moves to solidify her contested claim to the throne. Mary's reign was a tempestuous period in English history. The fires of Smithfield became a symbol of her reign, casting a long shadow over her legacy. Mary's legacy is a complex one, woven with threads of both tyranny and triumph. We journey eastward now, to the vast and ancient empire of China, a land steeped in tradition and ruled by the mandate of heaven. Here, in the 7th century, a woman of unparalleled ambition and cunning shattered the patriarchal constraints of her time to become China's first and only female emperor. Empress Wus Reign, her name synonymous with power and ruthlessness, seized control of the Tang dynasty and forged an empire in her own image. Wu's rise to power was as audacious as it was unprecedented. Entering the imperial court as a concubine, she navigated the treacherous web of palace intrigue with Machiavellian brilliance. She outmaneuvered rivals, disposed of enemies, and ruthlessly consolidated her power, ultimately usurping the throne and declaring herself emperor. Her reign was a period of immense transformation for China. Wu, a devout Buddhist, implemented policies aimed at elevating the status of women and promoting Buddhism throughout the empire. She reformed the imperial examination system, opening up opportunities for talented individuals from humble backgrounds. Her reign was also marked by military expansion, with her armies pushing the boundaries of the Tang Empire deep into Central Asia. However, Wu's reign was not without its dark side. Her ruthless pursuit of power left a trail of blood, with countless rivals and dissenters meeting untimely ends. She was accused of eliminating her own infant daughter to secure her position, a charge that, though disputed by some historians, added to her fearsome reputation. Wu's methods, though brutal, were undeniably effective. She ruled China with an iron fist for over 15 years, a testament to her political acumen and unwavering will. Her reign was a golden age for the Tang dynasty, marked by economic prosperity, cultural flourishing, and military might. Wu's legacy continues to be debated by historians to this day. Some view her as a ruthless tyrant who sacrificed countless lives on her quest for power. Others hail her as a visionary leader who ushered in an era of unprecedented progress and prosperity for China. Chapter 3. Our journey takes us now to the island nation of Madagascar, a land of unique biodiversity and rich cultural heritage. Here, in the 19th century, Queen Ranavalona I presided over a reign marked by both isolationism and brutality. Known as the Iron Queen, Ranavalona I was a fierce defender of Malagasy sovereignty, fiercely resisting European encroachment. Her reign, however, was also characterized by extreme paranoia and a brutal crackdown on any perceived threats to her authority. Ranavalona I ascended to the throne in 1828, inheriting a kingdom grappling with internal divisions and the looming threat of European colonialism. Determined to preserve her nation's independence, she implemented a policy of strict isolationism, cutting off ties with European powers and expelling foreign missionaries. This isolation, though intended to protect Madagascar from foreign influence, came at a heavy price. The kingdom stagnated economically, and its people were cut off from the advancements of the outside world. Ranavalona's reign was also marked by extreme brutality. Fearful of conspiracies and rebellions, she ruled with an iron fist, crushing any opposition with swift and merciless force. Thousands of her subjects, accused of treason, witchcraft, or even minor infractions, were executed or subjected to cruel and unusual punishments. Trial by ordeal, a barbaric practice in which the accused were forced to undergo painful and often fatal tests to prove their innocence, became commonplace. One particularly notorious example was the Tangina ordeal, in which suspects were forced to ingest a poisonous nut. Survival was seen as proof of innocence, while death confirmed guilt. This brutal practice, combined with Ranavalona's reign of terror, instilled a climate of fear and paranoia throughout the kingdom. Despite her tyrannical rule, Ranavalona I was also responsible for some positive developments in Madagascar. She oversaw the modernization of the Malagasy army, equipping it with European weapons and training. She also implemented reforms aimed at strengthening the central government and promoting economic self-sufficiency. Chapter 4. Our journey now takes us to the Iberian Peninsula, to the court of Queen Isabella I of Castile, a ruler who would forever be linked to one of the darkest chapters in human history, the Spanish Inquisition. Isabella, a devout Catholic, inherited a kingdom deeply divided along religious lines. Her marriage to Ferdinand II of Aragon, a strategic alliance that unified Spain, also intensified the persecution of religious minorities. Driven by a fervent desire to create a religiously homogeneous Spain, Isabella and Ferdinand established the Spanish Inquisition in 1478. What began as an institution intended to root out heresy among converted Jews and Muslims quickly transformed into a brutal instrument of religious persecution. The Inquisition's methods were ruthless and terrifying. Suspects were subjected to torture, coerced confessions, and public executions. The auto de fe, a public spectacle of punishment and humiliation, became a chilling symbol of the Inquisition's reign of terror. Thousands were burned at the stake, their screams echoing through the plazas of Spain. The Inquisition's reach extended far beyond the borders of Spain. It played a key role in the colonization of the Americas, with the conquistadors carrying the Inquisition's zeal for religious purity to the New World. Indigenous populations were forcibly converted to Christianity, and those who resisted faced the full wrath of the Inquisition. Isabella's role in the Inquisition is a subject of much historical debate. Some argue that she was a devout but misguided ruler, manipulated by fanatical advisors. Others contend that she was an active and willing participant in the persecution, driven by a combination of religious zeal and political expediency. Regardless of her precise role, there is no denying that the Spanish Inquisition cast a long shadow over Isabella's reign. Chapter 5. Our final destination takes us to the opulent and treacherous court of 16th century France, a realm riven by religious conflict and political intrigue. Here, Catherine de' Medici, the queen mother and power behind the throne, navigated the treacherous waters of French politics with cunning and ruthlessness. Known for her Machiavellian tactics and her alleged involvement in one of the most infamous massacres in European history, Catherine's name has become synonymous with political intrigue and bloodshed. Catherine's arrival in France was marked by tragedy. Married to Henry II, the future king of France, she found herself overshadowed by her husband's mistress, Diane de Poitiers. Despite bearing 10 children, her position remained precarious. When Henry II died unexpectedly in 1559, Catherine seized control, becoming regent for her young son, Francis II. Thus began her tumultuous reign, marked by constant power struggles with the powerful Catholic Guise family and the rising Protestant Huguenot faction. Catherine, a pragmatist at heart, sought to maintain her grip on power by playing the two sides against each other. However, her maneuvering ultimately backfired, igniting a religious conflict that would engulf France in decades of bloodshed. The St. Bartholomew's Day Massacre, a horrific event that occurred in August 1572, cemented Catherine de' Medici's reputation for ruthlessness. On the eve of a fragile peace between Catholics and Huguenots, a wave of violence erupted in Paris, targeting prominent Huguenot leaders. The massacre quickly spread throughout France, leaving thousands of Protestants dead in its wake. Catherine's role in the massacre has been the subject of much historical debate. Some historians believe she orchestrated the violence to eliminate the Huguenot threat once and for all. Others argue that she was caught off guard by the violence, which spiraled out of control. Regardless of her precise involvement, the St. Bartholomew's Day Massacre cast a long shadow over Catherine's reign. She spent the remaining years of her life trying to restore order to France, but the kingdom remained deeply divided. Catherine de' Medici's story is a cautionary tale of ambition, intrigue, and the devastating consequences of religious fanaticism. Outro, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more fascinating historical content. Let us know in the comments which queen you found the most brutal. From the blood-soaked reign of Mary the East to the calculated cruelty of Empress Wu, the stories of these queens offer a glimpse into a world where power was absolute, and the cost of dissent was often paid in blood. These women, though separated by time and geography, were united by their ruthlessness, their unwavering ambition, and their indelible impact on the course of history.